All right, everyone, this is Uncle Pat. We're going to do an unboxing of a Traeger pellet sensor, and this is going to be for an Ironwood. So go ahead and open up the box here. Nice Traeger packaging as always. And you can see here it's got the logos on the back. We'll open it up here. Sorry, I have to shake this open because I'm using one hand for the camera. And we got our little Traeger sticker here. It just fell out. So there's our Traeger sticker. You take away your Traeger sticker, and there is basically your sensor. Now, if you open that up here, you'll see it's basically got a sensor here that actually looks down and sees when you're low on pellets and notifies you through the app. There's a little plug here. We're going to connect that in, and you get your 2 screws there. So now we're going to go out to the grill and actually do this install. All right, so we're at the grill now. I'm going to go ahead and open up the grill, and I'm going to show you where the pellet sensor lies. If you can see down there, that little rubber cap is where the pellet sensor is at. So I'm going to set everything in here. We're going to go ahead and take that little rubber cap off. That's your first step, is to remove this little rubber cap. You can get a screwdriver in there or something like that, kind of help you. There, I kind of loosened it. And you can see here, I'm going to take this little cap out. And the little cap is all out. And you should find that the plug is connected to the cap. That makes it a little bit easier. So when you pull this out here, you should see that there is, yes, a nice little plug. So don't lose that plug. If it gets up in there, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to do my best here to try to hold that there. All right. No, do not fall down in there. All right, so sorry here, just single man doing the camera work here yet. So you can tell from the production value here, you're getting the real deal. So we're going to take this right here, and we are going to connect it. So as you can see right here, I made that connection. You can actually see the light and the little sensor came on. Technically, you're supposed to unplug this. But there we go. Now, next thing I'm going to do is remove, you see there's some little screws right here. I don't know if you can see those little screws. So I'm going to remove those little screws, and then we're going to put this back in. So just one second. All right, so what I'm going to do here is first remove the grill protector. As you see, we're going to take this as keeps you from putting, I guess, big chunks of wood in there instead of pellets. So we're going to take that off first. So you see here now we're putting that first screw in. And nice thing about it, the screws are all the same size. That makes it pretty easy. It does come with a pair of screws, but there's actually screws that are already in there. So when you remove the screw, you can just use the same ones back in. In case you drop one down, I guess you've got a couple spares that came in the box. So we're going to tighten that up. All right, so that's back in. Now we're going to go ahead and put your protector back in. So make sure you're careful you don't hit your sensor when you go to put this back in. It takes a little bit of finagling here. Get the angles just right so you can come in underneath that sensor there. There you go. And you got to kind of, again, this would be easier to do if you were empty of pellets, but if you're a true grilling enthusiast, that rarely happens. All right, now you can see that we got it back in, and we had to kind of go at an angle there to get it in with the pellets in there, as well as not knocking this off your sensor. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the screws back in. All right, so now that we've installed the pellet sensor, all we've got to do now is go to our menu, select the pellet sensor, and no sensor detected. Let's go back. Pellet sensor, no sensor detected. Let's turn it on and off. All right, so now that I turned it on and off, we've got calibrate your pellet sensor or later. Let's go ahead and calibrate it. Empty pellets from hopper and say okay. All right. Now it looks like everything's back in. What I'm going to do now is fire up the Traeger app, and let's see if the sensor now is in the app. All right, so now when we open up the app, you'll see it has the pellet gauge that shows how much pellets that you currently have. So that is how you install a Traeger pellet sensor into your Traeger grill that uses the new Wi-Fi technology, and hope that helps out.